This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, where you can report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. Call 1-800-780-TIPS. By Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated. No matter what the weather condition is outside, have it your way inside. 239-693-1569. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, you're looking live at a spectacle of huge proportion. What is that spectacle? Is the oasis in the community, one of my favorite places to be. Not a stranger to Lee Pitts Live at all. In fact, in the early days of Lee Pitts Live, it was a quality life center, and Lee Pitts Live and Lee Pitts and swimming and teaching swimming, and my friendship with Abdul'Haq Muhammed that actually brings me here today. We've had a long friendship, and I just feel like I'm a part of the Quality Life Center. So where are we? We're at the Quality Life Center in the heart of the community. We're on the corner of Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard and Quality Life Center Way. We're in the teen portion of the center. There's two parts to the center. We'll get more details on that. A lot of opportunity for the community to take advantage of this magnificent facility located in the heart of the Dunbar community. Our first guest today would be Abdul'Haq Muhammed, the Executive Director for the Quality Life Center. And we'll get some girl talk from Tashika Perry. And we'll also get a chance to see what's going on with our Community Redevelopment Agency, the CRA, under the leadership of Michelle Hilton. We have a fabulous montage of some things that are happening in the city. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Michael Ray Qualls Jr. Everybody calls me Coach Ray, and I want to be your Lee County Sheriff. I have been a Southwest Florida resident for 26 years. As a 14-year veteran and a 21-year law enforcement officer, I have a unique and valuable perspective on the importance of a safe community. I am running because our wonderful community deserves to be safe with leadership and experience that we can trust. Law enforcement is in my blood. My dad, who served honorably in the military, is a retired law enforcement officer. He instilled in me service before self. I have experience in homicide investigations, road patrol, crisis intervention, and I'm a trained hostage negotiator. I am running as an independent. On November 3rd, I ask for your valuable vote so I can get to work for you, making our Sheriff's Department a model for this country. To learn more about my campaign and to make a donation, visit CoachRayForLeeSheriff.com. I am Coach Ray, and I approve this message.
Servicing Southwest Florida for over 30 years, Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated is your leading family-owned and operated air conditioning company. There's no job too big or too small. Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated is here for you. We have maintenance contracts and financing. For additional information, visit our website, follow us on social media, or call the office at 239-693-1569.
Remember, no matter what the weather is on the outside, have it your way on the inside.
Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated.
Service you can count on.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida. So thrilled to get here, the Executive Director of the Quality Life Center. I'm going to get you to pick that cup up for a second and then just bump me in, put it back down. This is Abdul'Haq Muhammed of the Quality Life Center. Man, welcome back to Lee Pitts Live.
It's good to be back, brother.
You know, it's always like homecoming for me when I get a chance to interview you. This would be the first time that we've actually brought the television show here proper in terms of doing 4 weeks here at the Quality Life Center. So we're so thrilled that you opened your doors, and certainly thrilled that you opened your doors to the new teen. I keep calling it the Teen Center, but what's the formal name of it?
Teen Center for Leadership Development. Mm-hmm. And we have an initiative, the Youth Enterprise Initiative, and that involves working with teens as well as Florida Gulf Coast University. Right. I recently interviewed the president of Florida Gulf Coast University. You'll be happy to know
I'll get you a copy of that interview, Dr. Martin, and he talked about the relationship that he had with the Quality Life Center. So that'll be, people have already seen that air by the time they see this. We are in one of your breakout rooms, which I think is just outstanding, the character of these rooms and how this teen center is designed. Sort of, before we get into more detail, sort of describe this particular part of this. This is the second phase of the original building.
Yes, this building is called the Teen Center for Leadership Development. The genesis of that naming comes as a result of us over the last few years turning teens away because we could not accommodate them in terms of space. And that's the motivation that brought us to this point, the need to establish a new facility. We've been blessed by the community support to raise over $1.6 million that accommodates our teens right at this facility. So we're very excited about that.
Now, the Teen Center for Leadership Development, in case you were wondering what I was writing, trying to look like I know what I'm doing, it speaks to the whole idea of future opportunities. It's just a stem of what you've been doing at the Quality Life Center, but even more elaborate now. You're partnering with a higher education institution. It all speaks of moving out into society and being productive students, citizens.
Yeah, it continues our efforts when we say that our vision is to demystify the world for young people by exposing them to entrepreneurship. This fits excellently in our next phase of our development here at Quality Life Center, where we're developing a social entrepreneurial model that exposes teens to developing their own businesses where they can work in our food service department. We have a cafe where we'll be providing pizza and other foods, catering to the community. This is an enterprise that we see engaging our young people in so they can get that exposure. Even the involvement of DJ Skinny, who I'm very impressed with.
My man.
He comes with his technology. He DJs here, but also he's ready to do a teen summit to develop and expose young people to the technology that he's involved in.
And this facility gives the opportunity for a lot of things to happen. You want the community to see this as a part of the community available for utilization. It's not just for Quality Life Center, it's for the community.
It's the community. This is the expansion of our vision. This facility could accommodate theater style, about 300 people sitting, close to 200 people at tables. So people can rent this facility, have their anniversaries, their wedding receptions, baby showers. And banquets and forums, all kinds of activity. So this is another space in the community to bring minds together and people can enjoy themselves.
And when one take a tour of this, you got a full freezer and refrigerator back there. You got a full kitchen. Would that be described as a commercial kitchen?
It's a commercial kitchen. It's designed not only to do business out of, but to expose our parents as well as our children how to prepare healthier choices. Look at how we've been eating. This community, this specific demographic suffers from obesity, high blood pressure, many different illnesses as a result of poor choices of eating. Our kitchen hopefully will offer some healthier choices. So we want to integrate that in the vision of our work.
You're transforming this corner, continuing to transform this corner. I haven't had you on the show since that time. Big shout out to City Council, City of Fort Myers, specifically Johnny Streets, for the naming of the Quality Life Center Way. When I pull in and see Quality Life Center Way on the corner of ML King and Quality Life Center Way, I think that says something. What do you think that says?
It's encouraging. It's branding. We're grateful for Councilman Streets, who have always been an advocate. We're grateful for City Council for agreeing to do that. I think this branding begins to help us to appreciate what's happening in our community with identifiable markers that people can relate to, not just for now, but for times to come.
See, you don't know this I never like tell you all this stuff, but I've been around you so long and I listen to everything you say. A long time ago, you told me, you say, Lee, you know, it's about building institutions. It's about ongoing. Who's going to take it over? Who's going to continue to build on things and make it happen? That's the idea that you put into the students' heads here, the faculty, everybody who's involved here is all about something that's long-term sustainable?
Yes, absolutely. Shari Armstrong, who many of us know,
Fox
is a cute kid, Fox TV anchor. We're so proud of her. She came by
my swimming
yesterday.
student.
She came by and we were talking about how some of our young people are doing in investments, educating, getting their MBAs from different universities. And we want to be able to gather some of those cute kids to come back and be a part and help them to understand their connection to the community as they go out in the world and do better.
Now, the Quality Life Center, as it exists today, has had many people who supported the center over the years, from corporations to individuals, but there's always a need to continue to support a nonprofit like yourself. Some various ways that people can support the Quality Life Center, and I encourage people to go to that website, qualitylifecenter.org. You can make cash donations. You can do appreciative securities where you have stocks and bonds that will be moving towards the Quality Life Center, charitable IRS rollovers, life insurance that has the Quality Life Center as a benefactor, those types of things. There's different ways that you can gift and bequeath funds toward this organization that's used for a great cause, and it's all tax deductible.
This is important to us because we're looking, and I appreciate you reading that off, Lee. It's important that we do establish institutions. Institutions are live organisms. This organization breathes, receives, and gives. And as a result, it requires a constant inflow of revenue in order to sustain the significance, the role, the purpose in this community. And so we're looking to give opportunities to the community where they can leave a legacy, where they can contribute something. We began doing that in a number of different ways, but that's important to establish and to sustain institutions that we're talking about here.
Let's go to some of the entrepreneurial things that are taking place here. I was really excited with you when you were telling me before it was a public knowledge about the opportunity to be able to order pizza.
Yes.
You delivering pizza to people's houses?
Soon, not yet, but soon. We're at a startup level. We've been experimenting internally, meaning that our staff, our children, students, our parents have been eating it. Visitors have been eating. Before you leave, we'd like you to experience that. And we're getting feedback. We're getting our own little survey of what's happening. So our next step is to do a marketing throughout the community. And so we're doing this in a gradual way. But the intent is to provide pizza, food, catering, all kinds of products right here in the community. And pizza is significant on one level because other pizza companies do not deliver in this community.
That was what was astounding to me when you told me that. You know, maybe I'm disconnected because I don't live in the community, and you know, because I grew up in housing projects. And Dunbar is not just housing projects, of course, but I grew up in an area similar to this, and maybe I had I never saw anybody delivering pizza there. So when you told me that, I'm like, wow, I had never thought about it. I never see pizza being delivered in the community.
Yeah, so when you
that's
walk
an
in,
open market.
When you walk in the building, you'll see a brother right from the community making pies. You'll see young people making pies. You see, which is very interesting to see that when you walk in. And so our business efforts are moving gradually. We don't want to move too fast, and we want to be very measured as to the way we do this because, again, we're building institutions, and that's an important component to what we've been doing in the history.
Well, Muhammad, it's always a pleasure to get you on the show.
Thank you.
I look forward to coming out here in the near future and talking to some of the teams.
Thank you very much.
And we'll do it right in the Teen Center. How about that?
Thank you. That would be wonderful.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
We'll be right back to take a look at what's going on in the City of Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency. We'll be right back.
You know, without the assistance of the Fort Myers CRA, both in terms of the tax increment financing incentives, but also the assistance that they gave through the process of getting our permits and our entitlements, we wouldn't have decided to move forward with the projects that we're working on within the CRA area. You know, it really provided the ability to build something that made the numbers work for us, and then actually just getting through navigating the process with the city and the building department. It was really instrumental in getting the projects underway.
Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency, growing businesses, rebuilding communities, redesigning Fort Myers for the future.
Congratulations to Lee Pitts Live, recipient of the NAACP Image Award.
The overall goal of the Fort Myers CRA is to improve the conditions of our redevelopment areas. This impacts our citizens all over the city of Fort Myers. We do this by strategically implementing the redevelopment plans. We assist existing businesses and incentivize and attract new business development. These incentives result in growing our tax base, allowing us to generate tax increment that goes directly into our redevelopment areas.
Community redevelopment agencies, known as CRAs, were created by Florida state statutes for cities all across the state like Fort Myers to eliminate slum and blight in certain areas of the city. And each CRA is a little different. The Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency consists of a board of 7 commissioners who are the same elected members of the Fort Myers City Council and the mayor. A volunteer advisory board consisting of community leaders and a dedicated professional CRA staff.
There are multiple projects underway in our redevelopment areas. In the Fort Myers Historic River District, the Luminary Hotel is under construction, with completion expected in the fall of 2020. In the Cleveland Avenue redevelopment area, the Grand Central apartments are almost complete. Before its transformation, it was the site of an abandoned mobile home park. And in the Martin Luther King redevelopment area, we're paving the way for community organizations to thrive. For example, the Quality Life Center is building a teen center. The Next Level Church opened the Dream Center with plans for partnering with Lee Health and expanding medical services for families in the area. And in the IMAG History and Science Center, they are building a Fab Lab that will advance opportunities for high-tech entrepreneurs.
The Fort Myers CRA advances businesses through their landscape and facade grants. In doing this, it really helps with their curb appeal. You advance one business with curb appeal, and then it's like a ripple effect, and before you know it, you have a brand new community. Existing businesses receive assistance with their marketing and promotions. The CRA also provides training grants for higher wage jobs and tech jobs, preparing our workforce for the future.
Our agency transforms our communities through construction and infrastructure projects that enhance their beauty, accessibility, and efficiency. These projects increase housing opportunities, tourism, and business in general by adding new hotels, restaurants, and retail stores. By supporting the local arts in a full year's worth of special events, the Fort Myers CRA creates a fun and enjoyable atmosphere in the city. These highly publicized events drive additional foot traffic through the city's commercial districts.
The word redevelopment is in our name because we're redeveloping Fort Myers for the future. We do this by funding the restoration of community landmarks like McCullum Hall, for example, bringing back a space for public gatherings, creating a sense of unity within the heart of the Dunbar community. Another restoration project, the Collaboratory, is a public-private partnership located in Midtown Fort Myers. We restored the old train station and built a new addition that included office space and meeting facilities. Nonprofit organizations gather here to help solve some of the area's most pressing issues.
This will be the start of Midtown. We're going to have new development. And this new development also is going to benefit young people, people that can have affordable housing. Downtown's been developed in high-rises. It's a little expensive for the young working folks, and so this is going to give a great opportunity for a mixed-use community.
The Fort Myers CRA is working to revitalize our redevelopment areas, and we're doing this by advancing businesses, transforming communities, and redeveloping Fort Myers for the future.
Are you a single mother who wants a better life for your children? Would you like the means to get an education and get a job so that you and your children can live comfortably? The New Beginnings may be able to help you. The New Beginnings of Southwest Florida is a nonprofit organization that comes alongside single mothers by offering no-cost housing and child care support while you get a degree at a local college or technical school. Too good to be true, you say? We provide necessities, but you do the work to get the degree. Call 239-541-4312 to get an application, or go to our website at thenewbeginnings.org.
Good morning, Southwest Florida, and welcome to another segment of Girl Talk live right here on Lee Pitts Live. We are in the building, Quality Life Center. My name is Tashika Perry Harris, and I am your Girl Talk host, as well as the founder of Crowning Daughters for Success Enrichment Program, a program that creates confidence without compromise. We develop youth development programs, personal development programs, and professional development programs for various organizations who are impacting our young people. Let's get ready for Tashika's perspective. And we're going to throw it back a little bit this week. We're going to talk about a subject that was actually one of the first topics that I talked about in my parent sign up way back in 2004. And yes, guess what? It's still relevant. Female by birth, lady by choice. When we walk into a crowded room of people, it is so easy to pick out the girls, the females in the crowd because of our attributes, because of our physical qualities. But let me tell you, it is getting more difficult over time to pick out the young ladies in the crowd. Coming straight from the Dressing My Inner Beauty Journal, I just want to give you guys a little bit of tips on being that female by birth, but that young lady by choice. And I will be reading my very own words to you. So if you don't have the girls in front of the screen, go get them so that they can check this information out. It is easy to get caught up in the opinions of others and what others consider popular. You have to understand that as a young lady, what the world says you should be or do to gain acceptance does not overpower God's commands of what He wants you to be and do. Your obedience to God would take you down a path of eternal success. So one of the things that you have to understand if you want to transition from just being a female into that young lady is that God's word, His principle trump what everybody else is doing. That is something that will definitely set you apart. Something else that will set you apart is that it is easy to confuse the situations you are born into with who you are as an individual. You may not have been born into the perfect family, but you were created by a perfect God. And no matter what changes in life, His opinion of you will never change. You are His perfect work. So in order for you to transition from female to young lady by choice, you have to know that you mean more to God than you mean to anyone on this planet. And that is what gives you the will and the power and the obedience to walk in who He created you to be. Many things have changed over the last years, and we know that true. We have different fads, upgrades in technology, and even physical appearances. However, no matter how modern our society becomes or how we evolve, there are things that God intended to always be the same. He won't change his word or his love towards us. So if you want to transition from being a female into that young lady, you have to know that what God has commanded us to do, his expectations of us, it never changes with fads. It never changes to the next because of the next entertainer who's on a platform. And so to that young girl who's saying, you know what? I know that I am a female. I have the features, I have the characteristics, I have the clothes, but I want to be a young lady. How can I be this young lady you're talking about from your perspective, Miss Tashika? Well, you can be that young lady, and it starts with developing a value system. If you don't know what you believe, if you don't know what you believe to be right or wrong, you'll find yourself in the middle and you'll find yourself confused. But when you understand and when you know what's right to you, what's wrong to you, according to God's principle, not man's principle, not social media principle, but according to God's principle, you will know what to stand for and you'll know what to push against. And so having that value system, it starts you with a decision checklist. So write these nuggets down. For your decision checklist, the first thing as a young lady you want to consider, will this decision help me? Will it help me with my education? Will it help me build a productive relationship? Will it help my self-image? Will it help me to impact and to empower other people more? Will it help? Ask yourself that one question. If you can say, yes, this will actually help me or someone else become better, then you might want to consider doing it. Second on the checklist, will this hurt me or someone else in any particular way? And I'm not saying hurt someone's ego because you have to tell them no, but will it really bring a negative type of harm to my image, to someone else's image, if I make this decision? Will it build a relationship or will it tear down a relationship if I make this decision? Will I regret it later or will I rejoice because I made this decision later? That is something you have to think about when you're making decisions from a young lady's mindset. Last but not least, what are the consequences? Many of us, we don't think about the consequences because we as females, it's easy to just be reactive. It's easy to do it because they asked us to. It's easy to do it because we can fit in. It's easy to do it because we want attention. When you become that young lady, it is very important that you think about the consequences. Can good things come from this? Or will destruction come from this? It is so important that we begin to transition from just a mere female with features to the young lady with character. It will not only take you down a path of success in the world, it will give you success in the spirit. There are so many girls depressed. There are so many girls contemplating suicide. There are so many girls not wanting to be who God created them to be because they don't know how important their role is.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.